Now this is one bike I've really been looking forward to riding. Yamaha's original TDM 850 was a great bike, but was largely overlooked in the showrooms as the punters stampeded past it to get to the multicoloured jixers and blades. But those in the know soon learned to appreciate the bike's fine handling and lusty big twin engine, and slowly the TDM began to gain cult status. Moto, the TDM exists in its own mini category in the Yamaha catalogue, alongside other difficult to classify bikes like the Phaser and VMAX. The space-age swoopy styling predates rivals like Suzuki's V-Strom, but still manages to look years in advance of anything else. But underneath the styling lies a big, solid motorcycle, capable of dealing with just about every task you could throw at it. At the heart of the beast lies this 897cc parallel twin 4-stroke engine, which now produces 85 brake horsepower and a stump-pulling 65 foot-pounds of torque. With fuel injection new for this year, the already big and lusty engine is now even bigger and lustier. With sports bike sales on the wane, the TDM's time has finally come, and Yamaha have chosen exactly the right moment to revamp the bike with this new all-aluminium beam frame and an increase in capacity to 900cc. It's a shame this bike's called the TDM, because tedious it ain't. The TDM is Yamaha's secret weapon that has finally come out of the closet, and it's turning into one of this year's surprise big sellers. If you can only afford one bike and you need to commute, have some backlane fun on Sunday mornings and pop down to the south of France for the weekend, check it out. It'll even be kind to your piggy bank. And at last the TDM has graduated to an alloy beam frame, both lighter and stronger than the original steel frame on the old 850. Brakes are from the R1 stable, which means the bike not only stops competently, but you can pull massive stoppies on it if you have the bottle. Big fat sticky tyres let you explore lean angles, and the suspension is fully adjustable for setup. On the road it's torquey and tractable. This new frame and suspension holds everything together admirably, and the bike feels light and taut. At only 190 kilograms, the bike weighs substantially less than much of the opposition, and it can be flung around with flair if you want to go Sunday morning scratching. For comfort, well, none of your chin flat on the tank aches and pains here. This is a bike you can ride all day without requiring the attentions of a consultant chiropractor afterwards. I'm going to give it 8 out of 10 for comfort. Performance-wise, the TDM delivers more thrills per mile than you could reasonably expect for this kind of money. It's torquey in town, but wind it on and it picks up its heels with determination. Ride it with spirit and you'll find yourself capable of surprising a good few sports bike riders. And this year's model has the suspension and brakes to match. If crossing continents is your bag, the huge 20-litre fuel tank gives a usable range of almost 200 miles between fill-ups. In fact, there's very little that this bike can't do well. I'm going to give it 8 out of 10 for performance. Value for money now. Well, by my reckoning, the TDM has to be one of the best buys on the market at the moment. At only £6,799 on the road, it significantly undercuts much of the opposition. It may not have quite the poke of the V-Strom or the street presence of the R1150 GS, but it won't embarrass you in the company of either. There will be some depreciation, of course, but in terms of smiles per mile and bangs per buck, I reckon it's well worth a look. I'm going to give it 9 out of 10 for value. Build quality, well, Yamaha have enough experience to know how to put their bikes together properly. The TDM uses a good, solid design that has had the bugs worked out of it over 3 generations of model changes, and it's engineered and assembled to the standards you'd expect. Paintwork and finish is good, and owners of older TDMs will be pleased to hear that the seat is no longer held on with Velcro. However, that shorty front mudguard will ensure a continuous salt spray onto the engine in the winter months, and regular cleaning will be required to keep the bike looking smart. Service it and clean it regularly, and the TDM won't let you down. 7 out of 10 for build quality. For street cred, 7 out of 10. The TDM is distinctive enough to stand out in the crowd and has a certain cult status to those in the know. Many see it as the smart option if you're not committed to owning a sports bike. It's great value for money and makes a stylish, practical and fun all-rounder. And that space-age styling is simply delicious and quite unique.